guys, we are back with round 2, and I'm already twitching. The PTSD is strong. Josh on our left with FF15 retainers, and Paul McAvoy on the right, Fire Lightning FF13. Sorry guys, a little
Sorry,
bit.
I heaved a bit too there.
So we're not expecting this one to go very long, but Paul has claimed that this deck can go into the mid game and late game with no issues.
I don't believe that for any FF13 deck.
I am excited to see Josh. It's been a while since I've seen him play retainers, and the last time I seen him play retainers, he was getting some advice off one of our regulars, Liam.
And Liam does know his Wind Earth, that's for sure.
I'd say Liam, I was playing Liam during the Winter Cup on one of the second day events, and it's a good deck he's built around that. So it's going to be interesting to see how much advice he's taken from him.
Yeah, exactly that. But again, I don't know how much of this we're going to actually get to see because, well...
Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, do we expect this to last more or less than 30 seconds?
I really hope it doesn't last 30 seconds for obviously,
I think it lasts as quick as Paul wants it to.
Well, we're going in with Noel straight off the bat.
Oh my days.
So, 1-0, first blood.
I don't see the lightning card in hand. Can't see that last one.
No lightning. I do see an
We
Ishtola.
might get to turn 4 maybe at least.
Well, we'll certainly see. Now, the thing is, again, because Paul hasn't gone super wide here, Josh has still got a bit of time, but...
As we all say about FF13, but it is a strong case of if you've got the cards, it can be over turn 2 or 3. But if somebody has the answer, it only takes one board wipe, and that's the whole game plan over.
Yeah.
One Shantoto, maybe potentially see a Shantoto on Josh's list.
Do you know what, guys, in the chat? Yes, Paul McAvoy himself. I don't. It's the Worlds list apparently. But can we get a boo in chat? Boo this man. Boo him a lot. Because, FF13 is the devil.
I was going to say, that's nothing to do with FF13.
No, exactly that. No, again, though, apparently this can go into the late game.
I mean, we've just watched a classic of a match with Connor and Sammy, so I really hope this can follow up. That's not a bad card to put in front of him.
Josh has got the right idea here. He's seen the Knoll, and he is answering and hitting the Fang as well there.
What a card to get rid of.
Now, Paul might actually have a struggle against this Warrior of Light here.
I don't think it's going to be an easy as game as you may have been expecting as we've just watched him walk over to the table.
Maybe our prediction of this not lasting very long might not be correct. So, Josh going in, Cecil into Warrior of Light.
Would you want to attack into a Warrior of Light right now? First strike, tap 5k, it can get rid of anything that Paul tries to throw at it and stall that straight away, can't it?
And do you know what? I think I'm right in thinking that Lightning you have to attack individually. It's not a party attack type thing, right?
I believe it is individual.
I believe it's... You'll have to check.
So let's bring up Lightning here. So 1-on-1 or more category 13 forward you control attack. So yeah, so if he was the party attack, you only get one effect. So yeah, you ain't getting around that Warrior Light easily.
There's going to be a lot of... I'd like to think that Josh has got a few other answers to spot removal as well, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm very sure...
What colour are we expecting to see from Josh? Is he going to go all 4 elements?
Well, there's a Bahamut there for Paul that he's just chucked away. Is that good enough? He could have, in theory, killed the Warrior Light if he could just get one more Cat 13 out there. But there's some interesting hand signals. So you can just ask, right? This ain't that strict a stream. You don't worry about it. For those at home,
you were on a roll. I just want to let you have it.
For those at home, Jack was just asking for his drink from the other side of the table.
He's being very polite with it.
And we were playing musical chairs on the break as well, so we thought we'd mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if it sounds different to the streamer, to the listeners at home.
I sound further away, I think.
And I sound like I'm right in front of the mic all of a sudden. So
I occasionally speak.
Paul playing, searching for Fang. Again, though, I don't think Fang is enough here, unless Paul does have another Bahamut in hand. for later.
Now I can see where he's on about the late games as well. Shitola's a lovely card, but it's a lovely card to see in the bin as well.
The thing is, Stola doesn't really go for the long game.
True. I think it's a great card to get at.
It's one of those sort of sneaky cards you can sort of be like, oh, you're on damage 5. Oh, I'm having that victory then. You're just out of nowhere. But
I think it also forces a lot of blocks because people are worried about taking the damage.
oh, now that would be really good here. Josh pulling. Oh God!
Is it Prompto?
No, not the Prompto. The
Is that the Yuffie?
Das. Thank you. God, I'm glad someone knows some card names because I sure as hell don't.
I was doing the streamer lean again, and I saw the Yuffie. Like the pink on the Yuffie card is a beauty.
Yeah.
It's not. I haven't seen Yuffie in a while in many decks.
No, and funnily enough, I know we were told Retainers was this list, but it doesn't feel very retainery yet, does it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Right colours, wrong cards.
All I've got to say is I was told retainers, please don't shoot the messenger.
No, that's fine. I have no ill will against you.
Although they both seem a little bit shy of putting backups on the board.
So Cedric in chat they're saying that you would get all three effects with lightning if the party attacks. I don't agree. It does say when one or more forwards attack, so I think you would only get the one trigger per attack, whether it be a party or not.
I think it's classed as per instance, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so even if you had three forwards forming a party to attack, the lightning would still only give you that first trigger. But again, we can question that if we ever see it happen, because we might right now. There is that lightning.
Here we go.
This is where Josh needs to be on his toes. Or something to try and remove that lightning at least.
Right, let's pull the lightning back up because I think this is going to be really critical here.
It's amazing the amount of times we've actually seen this lightning, and I still don't know how it works.
All I know is I get kicked a lot by it. So
when one or more category 13 forwards you control attack, all the forwards control gain 1,000 until the end of turn. That seems like its own thing. So that would stack for the first set of attacks.
yeah, exactly. So
That's how I read it. I'm open to being wrong. I usually am.
The key effect there is that when one or more attacks.
If it just said 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, then
But
yes.
I think the Fang has a buff ability as well, if I'm or giving 2k. So a lot of these are gonna go beyond the reach of the Warrior of Light at the moment.
I mean, to go for the first attack to go past, you need 15k really, though, don't you? Because of the tap effect as well.
You're completely right. I think Josh could have taken one of these blocks here. And
Well, now it's growing a little bit too quickly on
Yeah.
the late. You need to block early rather than late with these, I feel.
And that's the Noctis EX burst to search a retainer.
yeah, exactly that.
We might finally see some of the retainers on the board if it lasts that long.
Well, Noctis could be the way to turn this game around if he can take out the key cards as well. So
It's just whether he knows which card to take out. That is.
you need the lightning dead.
To be fair though, Josh has now just got the free damage. He's just got the Gladio at damage free. He's what, 11k?
Yeah, you're not.
That's some big damage he's going to be able to throw out if he can find another Noctis.
The issue is that I generally think here at the moment you've just got to go with the Yuffie. Yes,
And a second Yuffie.
well, we have seen one go to damage 2, but it's
Oh, yes.
Oh, Josh is doing his signature thinking tap.
now the lightning would have caused the initial point of damage there, I believe, and we're just going to take the block with the Cecil. I'm not sure. Again, I feel like we should have had the Warrior of Light blocking a lot earlier from Josh there. But again, it would be hard for, because you're base 10k already on the
Bang, hope.
Hope. That's
Hope.
it. Yeah, good
Hope,
call,
yeah.
Ash. So yeah, a base 10k straight away because a Fang is really hard to get around. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough for Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a position I envy, as I said. I think we've all had moments of FF13 and thinking, why? What do I do?
I think
What do I do?
the only experience I've had of this was I played a FF13 in Bacteria for my first proper I need to figure out what to do with it. I was playing a 4-color wall deck. I thought I was doing great. I managed to come back with a Shantoto on a turn of 2. Shantoto, he had an Annie. And that's when I was like, I'm done with 13. I've had enough.
Honestly, guys, the acceptable play when you're staring this down, it's okay to cry. It is okay to cry.
So that's probably more hard.
I've lost a few nights of sleep, I will be honest, but the tears haven't come yet.
I mean, that's more heartbreaking than the missus leaving and taking the dog with her.
You're going to have your foot in your mouth again, aren't you, soon? Blimey now. Anyway, Josh thinking real hard here. I think he just needs to go for the Yuffie. Yuffie attack, make it 10k.
Oh, I just realised.
Make it 10k and potentially threaten that S effect, I think is the only thing you can do here.
That would also make him, Yuffie the target then. So, whether he'd want to play it before he's got another Yuffie in hand to get the S effect. Oh,
no.
Okay.
We're going with that Yuffie. It's not a
Is
bad
it 24,000 damage split though, isn't it?
Yeah, split how you want to split it, but
And there's some big boys on the board
Intervals
for
and
the 13.
you can do it in such a way though that you would target Fang with the correct amount and target everything else, because as soon as Fang dies,
They all lose their power.
So we're gonna go to combat. I can't see Paul blocking a 10k here, so we're going in. Reactivates, is 10k now and untargetable.
Mm-hmm.
And hits a
And that's the X burst on
selfie.
the selfie.
Yeah, now what do you get back here?
I believe it's a fire forward of cost 3 or less.
4 or less?
Might be 4 or less.
Well, the
I think, no, I think
I
it's
can
a fire,
feel now
I
if
think it's a
Jack's
fire
on the
forward. It's just a fire forward.
Choose 1 fire forward in your break zone, add it to your hands. Ash coming in clutch there. And Paul selecting the Ishtola.
I was going to say though, if Jack Canavan is in the chat still and still heard me mess up the reading of the selfie card, I feel like I'm going to get the neck next week.
It's
I
fine.
should know I should know it. I play in my decks.
I play
Which is amazing why I stuttered over so much.
That's the card that I don't like the new selfie.
It depends what you're looking for. That's a really strong card and is arguably stronger. But the guaranteed squall in your deck, I think that's...
Guaranteed score, guaranteed
It's not-
cipher,
it's not a bad choice.
disciplinary's coming back.
Yes.
Well, we have just seen Paul probably put the nail in the coffin of this game. He has just like Kakis, the Warrior of Light, and now Yuffie stands alone.
That is a painful thing to do.
I don't see the way out here for Josh. He needs the S effect. Paul is basically asking for it, but I don't think he's got it.
Ask and he shall receive, but not on this occasion.
I'm still quite shocked here that he hits the Kusith though.
The Kusith, the only thing I think that could save him now is if he's got to knock this.
He needs some sort of removal. He needs to kind of like stem the tide, so to speak. And he's going with a Kelga. Kelga's removal.
Calga is removal. Was it of cost?
You'll have to remind me of this one.
I think Calga's cost 4 or cost 5 or less it will break.
So that's not Kelga. Kel, please. There we go. 1 Kelga up on stream. So if your opponent doesn't control the forward of cost 5 or more, Kelga gains haste for a strike and brave. When Kelga enters the field, may pay 1 and break a forward. But it doesn't matter because while I was bringing up that card and talking about it, Paul killed Josh. So he took him out back.
And he also won the game.
He gave him a good old yellowing, and so
Poor old Yella.
Cat 13 still showing that it can stand with the big boys. Still gives me the twitch every time I think about it. But there we go.
I can't wait to see this interview with Paul.
Just a shame we couldn't see any retainers at all outside of the break zone.
The thing is, though, I think Josh did the right call going with the sass on the Warrior Light. I think he just should have been blocking with that. The Warrior Light a lot sooner.
I think you have. I know we said it, but yeah, you have to block early with Cat 13. You can't block too late because they're too big.
Exactly that. That being said, we will do a quick be right back, and we do have time this time, so we'll get Paul over for a quick chat. Be right back. All right, guys, we are back with the winner of round 2, Big Papa Paul. How you doing, Paul?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Now, I think this is the most important question everyone really wants to know. What is your small egg of choice? Cadbury's cream or mini egg?
So, I think with Cadbury's cream eggs, it's one of the things that I think my childhood and advertising in the 90s and early 2000s of like, the how do you eat yours and all that sort of thing. It's like entwined it with nostalgia for yourself. So you convince yourself that you like cream egg, but you don't, and it is sort of disgusting, but you think you do. So I think it's some sort of psyop that they've created for everything. So mini egg, really. Mini egg is the best egg.
I agree.
This is the best egg right here.
Cheers, man. Just comb one little ear, I got left flat. Obviously, guys, let us know in the chat what your favourite egg is. But Paul, convincing win there. Any standout? You went 2-1 no.
That's all I had.
Yeah, okay.
That was a mulligan as well. 2 games in a row has just been like, no.
Okay.
He's nice.
So, and again, we've seen pretty staples. But you told me that this deck can go into sort of the longer game. What's the difference between this and original FF13?
Saz isn't a forward. It's the Saz backup to get the summons. It's pretty heavy. It's not my list. It's the Worlds list. I was very taken by the deck build. And I just thought it was amazing the way it all sort of like can go into longer games. You can draw cards, and that was the problem with 13 as it came out. It was very all or nothing, very aggro, and your opponent, which was usually me, plays one Ixion and wins the game. So
that was it. It was usually win by turn 3 or lose by turn 3. There was never any real middle ground.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, even if it kept going, it would be the end. Like at that point, you just got to wait for them to not be able to have any cards or play the game while you just keep growing. But it's good. It's a deck I've really wanted to play for the last few weeks since I saw it on Worlds, and I thought it's so super interesting to see something that can do the best of both worlds so well.
Any particular changes for your own style of play that you would see in it, or is it's set in stone at the moment?
I can't argue with somebody who got to there. I wouldn't change a single card in it. I really like the list. I really do like it. That was the game itself there. As far as the opening went, my opening being as bad as it was, having to play into the forwards and him going to Warrior of Light. That was savage.
Yeah. Now, again, we did talk about this just before the commentary camp. Obviously, Josh being pretty fresh back.
He hasn't played in months and forgot about the reactivation triggers, or that Warrior of Light had first strike and can block 15k. I wasn't massively convinced until he missed the Yuffie trigger for getting extra 10k ping in there, because a lot of the blocks wouldn't have made a massive difference. He would have got one thing off the board, but I'd have still dealt pretty much the same amount of damage, or maybe one less, I suppose.
Yeah. Again, you're probably right there. And I think we saw his second damage as well was another Yuffie, so you could probably go quite wide again, even if you had lost a couple forwards, because you probably think that's not in his hand anymore, right?
Yeah, completely.
So, well, okay, one last question. What is your aim for 2024? That seems to be a common question we're all going with these days.
I don't know. I sort of, with 2023, I proved basically everything that I wanted to prove. And I had a really solid year. I did, I had multiple top cuts and everything. I felt really good about the game in 2023. And we're at a state now where, obviously, there's new rules coming in the next set, but we still don't know what they are. But so it's hard to say until that. But I'd love to keep up my streak. Really, I don't really have designs on getting too far, because I don't want it to become too much of a chore, and I love it to be fun and play the game. I always play the game to a certain degree where I like. I like to keep it fun, but obviously, and not to too much of a casual degree. And I like to make sure that it's always going to be within the confines of the meta, but still finding your own play style, and that's still fine with me. I can play meta, but I don't always enjoy massively playing it. But I always play within the constraints of it. But I don't know. I more top cuts or wins would be great. To be honest, I'd love to just continue the streak really and see how we go.
Fantastic. Well, that is all we got time for right now. We will be back shortly after a quick break with round 3, guys. So we're back.